Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to BodyBags. It's week 236, and I'm your Sunday host, Bourgie86, here again to give you that Sunday review, guys. Yes, uh, film I got for you guys today is a film from 1986, of course, the year that I was born. This film has a very interesting history. I'll get a little more into that in a minute. But this is the Naps Films release of Lucker the Necrophagous, the director's cut. Now, if you ever heard of this film before, this film was considered a lost film until this release because I believe a producer of this movie actually was destroyed by, I believe, one of its producers. And what ended up happening was Synapse ended up getting some final existing like video materials to put together this release. But what this is pretty much not the original film that was put out back in the day. It's kind of like a new cut of the movie. Excuse me. So pretty much the gist of this movie is it's very simple. It's a very simple plot. We're introduced to our main character of John Lucker, who, as we first meet him, is a serial killer who just was on a killing spree, and we first introduced to him in a hospital, and he was arrested for crimes, and one of his previous victims got away, and what ends up happening is he ends up waking up and escaping from this hospital. And he actually goes on a killing spree again, and on the journey of killing spree and of having sex with dead bodies is searching for that victim that has gotten away. That's pretty much the gist of the plot. It's very simple, and it's pretty much very basic because it's pretty much he kills, fucks someone, and then he kills and fucks someone's dead body. And yes, that's pretty much the gist of the plot. Now, my thoughts on the film. Not that fucking, if you're looking for like something with more of a story and like a fucking, like exactly like a more put together movie, this definitely isn't it. But I said before, this film was chopped to shit when it was, because the negative was destroyed. So it feels very choppy, this version of the movie. I know there's a VHS version on this release that I haven't watched. And very interesting look to the film, though. I did like the look of it. It has some like cool like greens and colors mixed in within it, which very interesting choices that they use in the look. And some of the camera work is actually really good for like a low budget film. Kind of like I said, like since the quality is not the best, like for this like restoration, because they use like VCR tapes and stuff like that to do the restoration. So it has like that VHS look to it when you watch it. And with that being said, very basic in story. Like I said, it gets kind of like repetitive in a way, especially like him going and yes, but that's when the fucked up shit happens. If you like necromantic and shit, this is definitely one that you could like double feature with like either one of the necromantic movies. Yeah, fucking one fucked up scene, yes. And I just start gagging because it involves like licking of palms and shit. I'm like, oh god, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. There's so much I could actually take in a movie. Like, movies don't gross me out, but like certain aspects of movies, like scenes and shit, do kind of gross me out. And that fucking made me gag. I was like, holy fuck. With that being said, like the story not being the greatest and, like the cheesy, because this movie's dubbed. It's very dubbed in English. It has some shitty like sound design and shit like that. But it actually has pretty good music too, this movie. So the soundtrack's actually really good and eerie, and it keeps me interested. Like the way that they use like the camera shots and just the soundtrack in general, and mixed with like some fucked up imagery, kept me intrigued enough to still watch the movie for what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe one day I'll check out the VHS cut of this movie to see like what wasn't inside like this director's cut version. Uh, and also really cool, like a special feature on this where it's like a 36-minute like documentary on the history of this movie. So if you have seen this movie, cool documentary on this. Yeah, as a cool little like interview special feature that they do have on this release from Synapse. Uh, do I recommend this? Definitely for more of like the hardcore. Like if you like fucked up things like necromantic, then yes, you would definitely need this. And it has some fucked up like scenes and got some good like gore and shit too into it. You know what I mean? It's not all bad, but like I said, it's kind of like repetitive in a way. And it only runs like an hour and 8 minutes. The version I did watch of this movie, and it's it's nothing special. It's nothing new that I've seen, especially with the aspect of like fucked up movies. You know what I mean? Like Necromantic has a lot more like fucked up imagery. But I did like some more aspects of this better than Necromantic in a way, even though this one's a poorly more made movie, if that makes any sense. Because of like the soundtrack, I actually like better than Necromantics, and just the gore. It has more kills and interesting like aspects of that. Interesting look for John Lucker too, and like I said, that one fucking scene, I'm like, what the fuck, man? You'll see it if you haven't seen this movie before. You know what I'm talking about. If I had to rate this movie, like this is, even though I still recommend this movie, I had to give it like kind of like rating on the scale of like quality wise. So if I had to rate it, I'm gonna give it like a 4.5 out of 10. I still highly enjoyed it though for what it was. You know what I mean? Especially with the aspects of the music and like just like the color schemes and look of the movie, I did like. So yeah, 4.5 for Lucker. Like I said, check it out at your own risk if you know like fucked up movies like I do. Like I like fucked up bad movies. So yeah, check it out. All right, guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll be back next week with another one for you guys. Peace out.